Hello. For those of you who I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Cade Westberry. Today for you all, I would like to split this speech up into two different parts, each part containing one of the two things I find to be the most important aspects of my life. I've thought about this speech ever since I was sitting in that very front pew 3 years ago while my older brother Jacob was giving his senior speech. All I hope for this speech is that you all can listen and maybe take away something significant from this. For the first part of my speech, and the first two things that are the biggest aspects of my life, I would like to tell you about the importance of expressing gratitude. I have been extremely fortunate so far in my life, and I truly have many things to be grateful for. So I would like to begin this speech with expressing my appreciation to a few people. The first person I would like to thank is my little brother. Steven, I've had the pleasure of calling you little bro since you were 2 years old. I've literally watched you grow up into the little man you are today. You make me want to be a better person every day so I can try to be the best role model for you. Although we will never be blood related, you will always be my brother, and I love you. Next, I would like to thank my mother. Mom, if I stood here and called you the most caring, generous, and thoughtful person on this planet, it still wouldn't be doing you justice. There's never been a time where you put yourself before your kids, and you've always done whatever you thought was best for us, no matter what you had to sacrifice. Thank you for being the best mom to me for the past 18 years, and I love you to the moon and back. Next, I would like to show my gratitude to my father. Dad, if we're being honest, I could have written this entire speech about you. Although I was young, I remember when Jake and I could only see you every other weekend, and that was hell. You dropped everything, you sacrificed so much just so you could be a bigger part of our lives. It is no secret that I try to be like you all the time. I say what you say and I do what you do. This is because you are the best father in the world. And if I can one day be a fraction of the father that you are to Jake, Stephen, and me, I'll be lucky. The next person that deserves my appreciation is my brother Jacob. Jake, I know you're in Fresno right now, tearing it up on the football field, and you couldn't be here, but I have a feeling you know what I'm about to say. To keep it simple, you're my best friend. No one on earth can make me laugh like you can, and at the same time, no one on this earth can make me cry like you can. Time goes by too fast when you come home, and it's too long when you're not here. Saying that you are one of a kind would be putting it lightly. You're driven, you're intelligent, and you work hard if you want something. To persevere the way you did and to go through what you went through, it's truly an inspiration. I miss you, and I love you more than anything. Now, there is one more person I can't end this speech without thanking, but I need to thank him in the second part of my speech. The second biggest aspect of my life is the importance of living life as happy as possible. Life is too short not to be happy. So whatever makes you happy, spend time doing that. I know this may sound silly, but I know way too many people that go through life and they aren't happy. Now, there are these things in life I like to call the uncontrollables. These are simply the things in life that one cannot control. One man taught me this lesson, and his name was Tony Westberry. He was my grandfather, but to me, he was better known as Pops. Now, 3 days ago, on September 18th, I turned 18 years old. But September 18th, to me, will always mean more than just the day where I add 1 year to my age. See, 4 years ago on that day, I was in Lake City, Florida, attending my Pops' funeral. He earlier that year was diagnosed with lung cancer. I never knew how strong of a man my grandfather was until this point. He was in excruciating pain, but what he did while he had cancer, I will never forget. My whole family visited my grandfather every weekend they could, but you were only allowed to come if you brought something specific to Pops. That something specific was canned food. No one, not friends, not family, nobody was allowed to visit Pops unless they brought canned food. So people started bringing food to Pops. He then, at the end of the week, would go with my grandma, Dai, and deliver these cans to the local Lord's Pantry. He would go and be devastated by the lack of food there, so he took that as an opportunity to give back. He was so grateful for his life that in his aching days, he wanted to pay that forward and express his appreciation of life through helping people in need. That to me is the strongest thing I've ever witnessed. So when I went to his funeral on my 14th birthday, of course I was sad. I had lost the strongest man I ever knew, but he also helped put my life into perspective. So Pops, I want to express my gratitude to you. I know you're up there right now helping me deliver this speech. You taught me about the uncontrollables and how life is about how you respond to what you can't control. You taught me the importance of showing my appreciation to others and not taking anything for granted. But most importantly, you taught me that life turns out best for those who make the best of how life turns out. And for that, I will be forever grateful. Thank you.